What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to show you another vacuum in my vacuum collection. And yes, this is another Hoover Elite. I love Hoover Elites. I always try to pick one up whenever a good-looking one comes across my path. I don't know what it is about these vacuums. Maybe I just love their nostalgic design because I grew up with these as a kid, or I like their cleaning performance. Or I'm not sure, but I love Hoover Elites, and I always try and pick one up whenever one I like comes across my sight. And today I am here to show you this Hoover Elite Energy Efficient. This is basically doesn't have a more simpler name than Hoover Elite, which basically means this is a lower end Elite, or mid-grade, I should say, because it has the more deluxe style hood design and the fact that this has an air freshener system, which actually surprised me. I was originally after the white version of this, but what sold me upon this one was the fact that it comes with the air freshener, which only higher end soft bag Elites came. Which some of these did come in hard bags, but that's a nice feature to have, even though to me that feature is kind of gimmicky because a little bit of the vacuum smell can sometimes still seep out. But it was a nice feature to have if you if you wanted to smell something other than the normal vacuum smell you get with one of these. But anyway, for those of you who probably know, there's a difference between the Elite and the Elite Supreme back then. The Elite Supreme basically was just a hard bag version of this, which came with a bag compartment instead of this soft bag design, which is normally seen. And a lot of people remember this design over the hard bag version. And some people do like these over the hard bags because the soft bag material actually can serve as a secondary filter besides the main bag inside. And yeah, I do see that. And I will admit, the filtration on these soft bag ones are a little bit better than the hard bags, but for whatever reason, I do love the hard bag design over the soft bags, but I digress. So let's give a walkthrough of the machine. This does have a nice blue, almost teal blue color. As you can see, it has right here, it's what's called the cleaning effectiveness per amp. It's rated at 17. Some Elite Supremes at the time had the same rating. Don't go by that. That was just Hoover's marketing technique just to make these look better on the shelves. As you can see right here, it's got 4 carpet height adjustment settings. Uses only 7.2 amps. It does come with brushed edge cleaning on either side. Right here is a little trap door you could flip up to connect a hose down in to use onboard tools. In which, this being one of the mid-grade Elites, it does come with the side mount hose, and which connects on just like so. Right here you have your extension wand. What really intrigues me about this vacuum is the color of the hose and the attachments. As you can see, right here's your upholstery tool. These have pretty strong clips, I will tell you that. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to see if I can get this. There we go. Man, that clip's strong. But anyway, right up here you have your upholstery tool, and up here's your dusting brush. But anyway, like I said, what intrigued me about this vacuum, as you can see, it's got the gray hose, gray attachments, gray cord, but it has a black body which is kind of interesting because a lot of people know when they had the black body, they started cheapening up with the color of the cord and the attachments. As you can see, this one does have a gray cord, but it's a little bit darker than most of the older Hoovers I've seen at the time because they have an almost white colored cord to match the attachments, which is kind of interesting, the fact that it has gray attachments and a gray cord on a black body. And believe it or not, if you actually look at the top, and if you look really closely, you can tell this has the bigger deluxe grip handle. But however, since this is a black body, it's not colored in tan like it would have been. Because in my theory, this was Hoover's transition from the gray plastic body to the black plastic body. And they didn't bother changing the handle design, or at least coloring it in gray to match the hose and the cord. But that's just kind of unique and quirky, in my opinion. Anyway, let's go ahead and show you the bag. She does have the side zip. One nice key note about these later style Elites is some of you may remember, but early styles actually had the bag zip on the right of the machine. But the reason why they moved it to the left is because obviously right over here, it gets in the way of the tool rack. So they moved it to the left to get easier access to the bag. And which, by the way, this does run Hoover Type A bags. I am running a HEPA cloth bag just for increased filtration because I think vacuums these days deserve to run HEPA bags. Even these older ones, if you could find HEPA bags that fit these. You can run Type Ys in these, but I would do the extra research and get a HEPA Type A bag. They're much larger than a Type Y. Even though the collars are same, and they will fit in place, but you will fill up a lot more dirt with a Type A than the Type Y. As you can see, this does have the stair cleaning handle. Basically, you could set your hand right there and hold it while you're cleaning stairs, which not too many people use this for stair cleaning, but it's a nice feature to have. So let's go ahead and flip this thing underneath. Here is its original brush roll. I'm probably going to have to get a replacement for it because, as you can see, these bristles are very worn down. But they are nice and stiff. Actually, these brushes seem to be in better condition than the rest. One also interesting thing about this vacuum, despite how much plastic is used on it, there's nice little metal cages on the bottom plate. It's quite interesting in my opinion, and mostly that's just for clearance of the brush roll, which earlier versions and even later versions came with these plastic cage style material on the bottom plate, but it's nice that in the mid-90s they did this metal design. It adds a little bit of rigidity to a vacuum that's entirely already made out of plastic. So anyway, let's go ahead and flip it on its side and show you the model number. Camera will focus. There it is. Hoover Cleaner model U4641-930. Series B 7.2. Yeah, 7.2 amp motor, 120 volts, 60 hertz. Bag Type A. For those of you who don't know how to serial date these Hoovers, I can tell you the first 4 digits are the year and the month. The first 2 is the month. Third and fourth is the year. So 04 of 94. So that's April of 1994. For household use only. Made in the US of A. And being a US made vacuum, I will tell you these things are much better built than the Chinese junk that Hoover makes today. Yeah, they're entirely made out of plastic, and that's one of the main things that people badmouth these things for. But I will say, I just think it's a better built machine. Yet I don't recommend you vacuuming something metal, because that would damage the fan impeller. So now let's go ahead and release the cord. We'll go ahead and plug it in. And in typical Elite fashion, your switch is off to the side. And another thing that intrigues me about this, if you look at the indentation to where the power switch is, you can actually see there's a 0 and a 1 right there, which I never really expected that, because I have a lot of other Hoover Elites in my collection, and none of them are styled like this. And even there's a little indent that the power switch actually sits inside. And see right here the position where it says off, so you know you've turned the vacuum off. Which is quite interesting. One thing to note, this switch actually is a little plastic rod that runs down to the main rocker switch that's inside the motor. So I'm thinking the reason Hoover did this is so most people don't electrocute themselves. But I'm not too sure what the real reason behind Hoover doing that was. But anyway, enough of my yammering. Let's go ahead and turn this vacuum on, and you can hear her scream. vacuum runs exceptionally smooth. And before we end the video, I'll go ahead and show you the vacuum in tool mode. Let's go and pop off the hose. See, it's held on with a lot of clips. So you just flip up this little trap door and connect the hose in like so. This hose is definitely not the longest, but it is surprisingly long for a fixed plastic hose. As you can see, it's got a lot of indents in the hose from it sitting on the tool rack over these years. But one thing I would like to mention is don't expect miracles as far as suction power is concerned. The suction's pretty abysmal because this is a direct air-based vacuum. Here's right here your extension wand. Here's your upholstery tool. Here's your upholstery tool, or excuse me, your crevice tool. I think. Dusting brush. Let's go ahead and put everything back on. Put the top end like in there, like so. Wrap the hose around the top. And this bottom part does hang down a little bit flimsy in my opinion, but that's just the way it's designed. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video of the Hoover Elite Energy Efficient. Be sure and stay tuned. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.